And hello to all my Virgo friends. I would like to welcome you in. Welcome to Virgo season. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for September 2021. Now today they have dialed up an interesting spread for my Virgos. We are going to do a work corner spread specifically on work. The big major themes in my Virgos in regards to work, to the point where they wanted to talk about it in your general reading spread. We're also going to conclude with a yes or no spread. It is not something that comes up often, so it's very interesting that it does. Now this you have to partake in directly right now, so I'm going to tell you about it right now. In a yes or no spread, you basically ask your question now. You have to come up with it now in your mind. It's going to, through the power of quantum, I can read it ahead of time. I know you're thinking that, well, no, you already recorded this. You can't answer my question right now. That's not how quantum works. So really just think about your yes or no question. And then at the end of this reading, we will address it. And, it's really about finding the context because I don't know your question at all. I'm just describing the cards. So start thinking about that right now, what your yes or no question would be. And we're going to get into the rest of your work spread right now, interestingly enough, to see what is so important about work that they wanted to talk about so frequently here. We're going to set this up like a storyline spread. Go ahead and hit the like button and build up the energy in here. And, with the storyline spread, it casts a very wide net as well. So that way we're really just looking for the story that's right for you. It's going to be multiple stories across different Virgos, all in regards to work. It's going to be very interesting. I can't wait. So here are my ritual cuts. Basically cuts the deck into 3 different pieces, puts it back together in a separate order. And we do that with both. And then they're ready to run. So here we go. Storyline, setup, Virgo, work. Let's see what we got. There's going to be our core. A small start, but storyline spreads get really big really fast. They really start building up. Here we have... let me kind of see what I got. We have 3 different stories. We're going to set this up like 1, 2, 3 like that. How are my inverts? That's good. So it's going to be read as is. I'm going to get some more cards here for clarification. A lot here. And here. Couple angel cards to talk about each story in regards to your work. And then we're going to get going. So I'm going to go in order. I usually start with the smallest and work my way up so I can spend the most time on the big theme. Let's go ahead and zoom you back out. I think this is all in view. I guess I should check that. Yeah, mostly there. It's good enough where you can get an idea what I'm working with here. Let's go. Let's go to work, Virgo. Virgo. I'm a Virgo. Happy birthday to all my Virgos. All right, starting left to right. All right, so really the key here, Virgo, like I said, is to find the story that's right for you. For a lot of you here, with story number 1, this is going to be kind of short and sweet and simple. They really want you to make a work action here. For a lot of you, this is going back to the past. This may be tying up loose ends with the past so you can move forward with your work career. There are things that they want you to leave behind. So definitely a past connection here to something that's affecting your work. It may be people, it may be other things. It may just be, like I said, tying up loose ends. It's going to be different for everybody, really where you fall in the Virgo spectrum. But they show an action with looking back in the past. That's the facing of the card, very important in tarot. So that needs to be addressed. They want you to take an action. They want you to move forward and not look back on certain things. Some of you, this is love that attaches to your work situation. They want you to clear this. We have clear your space here. And for a lot of you, this can also be clutter. This could be just baggage that's just stagnant energy sitting around. Could, come in the form of people. It could come in the form of different things. It could be habits or whatever. We're going to talk about more of this in the full moon energy. This is super full moon energy here that we're talking about. And that comes later in the month. But before I get too ahead of myself, let's get into story 2. Did I miss anything here? No, I think that's pretty clear. Pretty clear message for story number 1 for my Virgos. A lot of you just have to just purge this. Purge whatever it is for you. In regards to your work, we don't want it to affect your work situation in anything less than positive. The next thing that they want to talk about, a lot of my Virgos, this is going to be probably the more rare definition of this for in regards to work. A lot of you have something with the Justice card coming up. So this can be legal things in regards to work. Somebody stealing something from you. I have theft, loss, and deceit coming up. So be very cautious about keeping things yours in regards to work here. They're telling me to pay attention to thoughts and ideas. Basically, they're kind of giving you the heads up, like Spirit World is giving you keys here and information so that you can make this happen in the right way and in a way that's beneficial to you, really. So with the Justice card coming in, it can be anything legal, contracts, agreements, anything you put your name on and sign, lawyer stuff, legal issues, criminal charges, all that kind of court proceedings, all that stuff can come up. So just, like I said, probably going to be a more rare thing for the Virgos, but keep an eye on it. Anytime I have the theft, loss, and deceit card come up, I really want you to pay a lot of attention and awareness to things. Make sure everything looks legit, feels legit. Nothing shady going on, really, is what we're saying. For a lot of you, they're talking about, don't forget about the kids here. So it makes me feel more like kind of divorce type stuff. Really weird thing to come up in a work spread, to be quite honest. So we don't want this to affect your work life, kind of like the first part. They're doing some kind of purge setup here. The other thing that the Justice card can mean, if it's not legal, it can also be a karmic attachment. So this is like a boomerang effect of you getting back what you put out there. And with the deceit card coming up, I'm wondering if any bad stuff that you've put out there in regards to work is going to come back to you in September. So what you can do about that right now is obviously try to move this in the right direction, try to do things right, do right by people, clear the karma, clear the karmic air. Be very mature about it. They have, like I said, for some of you, this is a kid attachment, but for others of you, this is going to be just a message to have emotional maturity, kind of be the higher road, be the better person, all that kind of things. We also have the 10 of Wands, so they're saying that you're moving forward with your lessons in this category. And to your credit, Virgo, I feel like those of you that I'm describing in number 2, even though this is my rare story, you have learned these lessons. And they say that you're moving forward with the lessons you've already learned to the point where you don't have to repeat old things. So very good to see there. Even though the situation is probably challenging, it's really good to see that you've learned your lesson and you don't have to repeat them, because life is like a school. We're here to learn different things, and the universe does that to us. It tests us to see, has this person learned this? Well, what about this? Have they really learned this? Let's see. Let's test them again and see. So that's kind of what's going on there. It's going to be different for everybody. It's really hard for me to get specifics on that, especially since this is a general reading. We have a lot of Virgo energy here. It's a big bubble Virgo energy. If you're looking for messages that are specific and private to just only you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. Now let's move into story number 3. In fact, before I do that, let me talk about the moon cycles and how important that was to what's coming up here. I give you a moon cycle forecast every single month in my general readings. This month in September, we have the new moon coming in on September 6th. That's Labor Day. That's a good time to bring anything new into your life, to manifest new things. Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. We're talking more about full moon on story 1. But anything you want to bring into your life, it's a good time to do that toward the beginning of September. New financial money, good time to motivate with that. Also, if you're looking for a job, beginning of the month, much better time for work placement stuff. This is a work spread. So I do need to pay a lot of attention and focus onto the moon cycles. Now the full moon is really our focus. That's going to be huge for my Virgos this month. Okay, especially story number 1, because with the full moon energy, I call it the garbage truck of the universe. It's when you want to get something out of your life that doesn't fit anymore. And if you go back to story 1, that's exactly what I described, getting stuff out. So end of the month, the 20th is the target date. It doesn't have to be on the 20th. Anytime toward the end would be just fine, using that lunar energy to your benefit. Now, I put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. That is a little reference guide. It talks about all the different moon cycles through the end of the year. It's not just good for September, it's good through 2021. So you can get that absolutely free just by signing up for the newsletter. It's on my website, the very bottom of the page. You sign up by putting your first name in, last initial, and your email address. You send that off. I send you back your newsletter as well as your moon cycle cheat sheet. I always have different promotions and different giveaways. Also follow the Facebook page. I'm giving away things every single month on Facebook now. So 2 things to absolutely take advantage of. Let's get into story number 3. That's our moon cycles. Big themes for the full moon. Story number 3, my biggest story. A lot of you, there is a complete renewal, a complete purge, not even purge, purge's not the right word, a complete clean slate of energy. It's represented by the death card. I usually don't read the death card like death, and especially physical death. It's more the complete clean slating of something. So there is a clean slating thing going on in September, a brand new chapter, if you will, or whatever way you want to relay the message. They're talking about there is a brand new beginning in regards to business and work that is coming in blocked. So it's not here yet. So what they're telling me is that you need to work through this. You need to get it to the point where it does. Your work situation will break open. Probably not September. I'm thinking more October, but we'll look at that more when October arrives, when I'm pulling cards for October. A lot of you need to work on your spiritual growth more. A lot of you, the other definition of this card is getting over a big purchase. A lot of you may have spent a big purchase, and you're not working enough to maybe finance it or something like that. So you're just kind of dealing with a lot of money being spent. Perhaps it may not even be a positive way. It's usually it could go either way. Really, in this form, they don't do a good job of describing it to me, whether it's like something positive, like buying a new car, or if it's something like negative, like, oh God, I had to buy a new refrigerator, or I had to put a lot of money into fixing the car. Those would be like more negative things. They don't talk about that, but they really want you to focus on this blocked new beginning with work. Different things for different people, but it's coming, okay? So if you are a Virgo that's looking for work, probably not the best month to do it. It doesn't mean you can't look for it, but it means that it may actually happen more in October or later. It's saying it's just coming in blocked right now. The beginning of October, probably a much better time using the October new moon. What else do they talk about here? They talk about things that you have not been taking great pride in. You need to put more focus on these things, whether it's the household, the family, whatever it is, taking great pride in yourself and your business. For a lot of you, this is entrepreneurship. A lot of you may be slacking and need to tighten the reins more, need to bust out some work more. We also have the Two of Pentacles coming in, which shows me that you're doing a balancing act between 2 different areas of your life. Obviously, one of these is going to be work, okay, because it's a work spread. So work is on one side of the balancing pendulum, and we have another side of your life, perhaps love, perhaps finances, or perhaps even your health, that is taking away from your work, or your work is too much. It could be the other aspect of that as well. Some of you might be maybe working yourself to death and neglecting the other side. So it's this balancing act. Now they actually show, in the way that the card is positioned for me, they show me that you're doing a pretty good job with that. So I like to see that but at the same time, we want a continuance. It's that constant battle of the balance for you. So finding that work balance is going to be key in September. Please work on that. They say spiritual understanding. So they're bringing you information, symbols, and helping you understand these spiritual truths. I did say also attached to this at the beginning that a lot of you are having blocked spiritual right now, so September may be a weird month for spiritual connection, but just realize that they're gonna connect to you in different ways. It may not be the way that you're used to. You may see signs and symbols instead of having a deeper intuition, perhaps. So keep an open mind. Keep looking for the symbols and the guidance, because they're going to find different ways to get through to you. And this is going to help propel you in the situation moving forward. So that is our 3 stories for work. I hope one of those makes sense to you, Virgos. Now we're going to get into your yes or no. Always a very fun setup there. I'm going to do, let me see. I'm actually going to cut this out because I want to shuffle the cards again just in case some of these come up. So I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, so we're back. That wasn't a minute. That was just a matter of mere seconds for you, minutes for me. I have reshuffled the cards. They're ready to go. I have done the ritual cuts. They are completely ready. I hope you've thought about your yes or no question, because now we're getting started. Virgo, yes, the factors. That's the other thing. You know, they usually don't like to answer these in a direct fashion. Virgo, no. The way that they do this is, they give you factors and they give you information. Basically, they want you to make your own decision. They just want to, unless it's, of course, dangerous or, it poses a serious threat, then they'll kind of step up and be like, no, you need to, do this or that. But usually it's more kind of letting you know the environment around it, the factors, the situation. They're giving you puzzle pieces, little bits of information so that you can make the right decision for you. Essentially, they want to have you do it yourself. Use your free will and flex your free will. So in this case, I have a lot of blockages. I'm going to give them a chance, discard, give them a chance to upright them if they so choose, and that's the case. So we're going to upright all the cards, and we're about to see why. So now I'm going to get some more cards for clarification about what they're talking about, and hopefully answer your question. Much more information on the yes side. Just first thing that pops out at me here. Let's talk about yes. Factors for if your answer is yes. The first thing they show is an authority over work, or they show a person. There could be a male here, a king, and the masculine energy or the more aggressive. I look at it like, passive and aggressive energy for male and female. It could be either, because there could be, aggressive female energy as well. We have either that coming up for yes, or we have just the authority over your work corner. They show a lot of you, not just with work, but just authority in general with what you do, I guess, in your life in general. They're showing getting over some kind of physical injury of some sort. You're going to have to relay the context of what they mean by that. So that's part of the yes. The other part of the yes, they talk about huge delays. I have the Hanged Man. So this is something that's not going to happen right away. This is a delayed type of situation or circumstance. We have the nostalgia card coming up here emotionally. Some of you, this may be something to do with kids. If your question was about your kids, you may be falling on the yes side here. We also have some hesitation with work. We have work in between 2 different areas, a little bit confined. This can also be a local move. Different definition of the card, but I have to at least throw it out there for you. So for my yes side, we have some of the factors that are coming up that you can, tie this into your question. We have at the very beginning, authority with work or authority with mindset. We have getting over physical injury. We have delays, Hanged Man, things not moving fast. We have nostalgia, emotional, children as well. We have work, local moves, local physical moves as well. Could be moving houses, or could be moving work location, or just being a little bit constricted in work. We also have teaching and learning. That's where we wrap up with the yes side, reminding you to keep an open mind about learning new ideas and teaching these ideas to other people. So you could be the teacher, or you could be the one learning. Either way, that's a major thing that comes up on the yes side of your question. So let's get into the no. The no reminds that, first of all, that we're learning from the lessons and we're moving forward. That's something we talked about in the spread. So keep that in mind for the no, is that these lessons don't have to be repeated, and that you kind of have all the tools to move forward. The other side of the no, other things that they're describing, we have more masculine energy, and here in the King, this is the Cups though. So this is more taking authority over your love, coming up under no. It's really that they say that you do a pretty good job with that, but they want you to push that more. They want to remind you that this is about your choices. This is less about fate and things that are meant to be. This is really your free will choices here. So I don't know if that's them saying that they want you to make these choices yourself and not so much rely on what I'm saying right now, or do what's right for you, or just maybe some of you thought that this was meant to be. Something was meant to be here, and this is like fate. And either these two people are meant to be together, or where you live, you're married to something. You're married to something here that you're attached to, that you feel like it was the way it was supposed to be. They're telling you that it's not. They're telling you that this is a complete choice of yours, and that is the driver of the no side. So I hope that these messages help to answer your yes or no question. It's a very interesting spread, and finding the context, of course, is key, because people are going to be asking different questions, and Spirit does the difficult job of finding a way to whittle them all together and answer, in a way that everybody should hopefully get something out of it. So that's going to conclude our entire work spread in the storyline format. We've gone over those 3 stories. We have also gone over the yes or no spread, a very timely reading. I thank you for bearing with me. Please subscribe if you have not. I do these readings every single month. Again, happy birthday to my Virgos. And I will see you all in October. Have a great September.